So they're buried by farmers market stuff and fencing, but I got back-to-back Benzes right here. Sadie and Beauty posted up for now. Don't mind poor Sadie, she's covered in stuff, guys. That's just a sad sight. But let me talk to you right quick. Alright, homies. You know what I'm about to say. If you're new here, I'm Tia for WCMX. I'm all about WCMX, sustainability, accessibility, and living a healthy lifestyle. Any that interests you, hit that red subscribe button right now. You know, I think that we should have a dance segment on this because, like, what's better than dancing? So, ready, set, let's get it. Time for you guys to check on the chicks. Story time, like we promised. I'm gonna let Anne start because she's really good at telling stories.
Well, it starts with you, though. I wasn't there.
Okay, that's true. So, I went to buy a very expensive breakfast from the food store booth, and I could order Anne's, but not mine, so I ordered her an omelet with potatoes on the side, and the guy, he started putting mushrooms, what are they called?
Golden oyster mushrooms.
Golden oyster mushrooms into the omelet. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, we have some of those too. And then he said, are you guys selling at market? And I just thought he was making conversation, so I said, yeah. Then he implied it was about the mushrooms.
Well, so, we are selling the mushrooms, or we were.
Yeah, but I just like, that wasn't where I was going. But he went there and then he said, he starts going on, well, it's illegal to sell wild mushrooms because he said, who's cultivating them, blah, 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 starts there, and I was like, I don't know, my wife gets them. And then he said, well, it's illegal. Yeah, he was like, it's illegal to sell wild mushrooms in the state of Iowa, and I would suggest she pulls them, and he keeps going on, throwing numbers at me and all this stuff, and I just was like, okay.
How much money he spends in order to be able to sell mushrooms.
Yeah, so then I was like, all right, I'll be back for my burrito. So I barely made it back to the booth with her food before this guy gets back to the booth, too. He came to our booth.
So I guess, like, I thought he was coming to say something about the plate because they give you these nice plates, and so I was saying, oh yeah, I'll bring your plate back. And the guy started going on about the mushrooms, and he was like, oh, it's illegal to sell wild mushrooms. Tia said, oh yeah, I was going to tell you, he said this. And I was like, oh, like, I did not know that, you know. And so I was thinking, well, right then, like, okay, well, we'll take them off, you know, if it's illegal to sell them. I don't know. I didn't know that. So anyhow, I was just being like gracious with the guy, like, oh, I didn't know, you know, definitely. Then he was saying, no. If someone were to come by and see that you were selling them, they could look it up on their phone and see that they're not cultivated mushrooms. And, you know, we pay a lot of money to be able to sell the mushrooms. So yeah, I would just suggest you take them off. And he's walking away, I'm agreeing with him, yet he keeps saying, no, whatever, saying more stuff. So then I'm just like, he leaves and goes back to his booth. And I just thought about it for a minute, and I thought, you know, I have these on my market profile in my application for this market. So, and I don't remember reading anything in the handbook about anything. So I think, all right, well, I'm just gonna leave them and see how it goes. Well, I noticed he was kind of creeping, because his booth doesn't like face our booth in any way. It's around the corner from our booth. So he went across the street. And then I was like, when he comes back, he's going to look, Tia, just wait. He's going to look at our booth, and he's going to see that we didn't pull the mushrooms, and he's going to, who knows, maybe he's going to have a problem. And so then a while goes by, and then he comes to the booth, and he actually puts his hands on the table and gets in my face. And he did not yell, I will say, he did not raise his voice, but he put his hands on my table and got in my face and said, seriously, we pay over $1,000 to be able to sell mushrooms at market. Seriously, I'm calling the health department. That's what I'm gonna do. He walks away saying he's gonna call the health department.
Yeah,
so I'm like, you know
mad.
what? I know our environmental sanitarian guy, his name is Tim Lincoln. He's a nice guy. And he said at the meeting, he said to everyone it was a mandatory vendor meeting, he said, if I see people with canned goods, because he was harping on canned goods, I guess people have been bringing canned goods when they're not from a licensed commercial kitchen, and that's really, really important for food safety. You're only allowed to sell jams and jellies in jars, not any other foods, and unless you have that license, which some people do. And he said, if I see people with unlicensed canned goods, I'm going to ask you to take it down the first time, and the second time I'm going to write you a citation. So I knew he was a nice guy, and I knew he wouldn't give us a citation or anything. And I knew there was nothing in the handbook, like I said. So then, and then I went and called the health department, and you can't call them on Saturdays. And then I called Tim, and I left him a message saying, listen, this guy came up to me. I do have these mushrooms on my market profile, so I'm just wondering what the rules are, because I don't know who this guy is, and he's just very upset with me right now. So then the market manager, her name is Jo Lynn, she came over and she said,
really nice lady,
very nice lady, and she said it is in the rules, and she said it is in the handbook. And I said, oh, I was surprised that she said that. I did read through the handbook, and it is not in the handbook, which is okay too. You know, she thought it was, because it does specify that you cannot sell wild morel mushrooms without a permit. It doesn't specify anything about any other mushrooms, but that doesn't matter. It's Iowa state law. So she came over, she told us, I think you should pull them, or like, I'd like you to pull them, and we'll talk to Tim and we'll see. But she's like, since they are wild, I think that it is the law. So
we pulled them.
So we pulled them, and then the guy came back. It was funny because I just like could not eat the omelet from their stand.
Yeah.
It just like started tasting really bad, so I had put it on the ground. He came over and he was like, thank you for taking those down, you know, and started to try to talk to me about food, about like safety. We'll insert a clip, right?
We're gonna insert a clip of it right here. It was it was about a minute and a half long, but we'll just insert a small clip of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they, yes, absolutely. I did not say they were cultivated. No, listen, so anyhow, so I called Tim, I left him a message, I said, hey, I had a guy come up to me and say, I've got it on my market, can you give me a call and let me know? You came over here, you were upset, I didn't really know what to say, because it's just kind of overwhelming when somebody just comes up to you and just upset about something, and I understand, you know, I was telling her, you know, they've got,
there's a reason.
Well, obviously, I know, and the thing is, I understand, you know, you put a lot of money into it, so that gets you upset, you know, when you're like worried about your thing, you said you put I mean, I understand, but here's the thing. So
there's
then,
a reason
so you
why
know,
it's
then,
considered a hazardous food.
so I understand that you were upset because you guys spend a lot of money doing it.
No,
and
it's not just that.
So I called Tim, I did what I could and do, you know, to figure out why they would have prove it when I said, you know, I put it on my market thing saying, and Jo Lynn came and she told me, you know, what the deal was, and she said, still talk to Tim and let me know what he says. So that's fine. But you know, it's just like how, you know, you just have to remember when somebody just comes up to you, you know, think about how you would feel if somebody just.
There's a reason.
No, I understand that there's a reason, but the thing is, you just have to understand how when you approach people.
Sorry, the way I was super busy making omelets in my stand over here, like working at 2 different stands.
So you just, you know, you have to think about how you would feel.
I apologize for the way I approached it.
Right.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
The reason why you can't bring them to market is because.
No, I understand all of that.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, they're full of 4 or 5 different insect larvae. That discredits drones.
Right.
Yeah.
How'd I do?
Did great.
A lot.
I know, I was.
So
Okay.
he said that he started to go into the safety of it. And I said, you know, I understand that. I said, listen, I want you to know what I did. I think I said, like, you have to understand, like, I don't know you. I don't know you. You didn't introduce yourself. I've never seen you before, and you just came over to my booth. And I did call Tim Link and leave a message with him asking him about these, because I do have, the whole time he's trying to talk over me. And I kept having to say, like, just listen, just hang on, you know, because I just wanted him to know that, you know, it wasn't anything personal to him that I didn't take the mushrooms down, because he seemed personally offended. And personally, and I told him, like, I understand, you know, that you spend a lot of money in order to be able to do this, and you're upset about that. And he just kept trying to interject and say that, you know, it was all about mosquito larvae and stuff like that.
But all 3 times he came up to us, it was about money or whatever, you know, permits that he's gone through and what he's going through and what he's done. So it's just kind of like, he never came up and said, hi, my name is so-and-so, I work at this booth and I run this booth, and, you know, this is what I know. He just started bombarding her and bombarding us with all these, like, negative interjections and, like, really hostile energy of, like, take it down now and do what I say, you know. This is just very,
and keep in mind, this is, like, a guy, like, with, like, big long dreads and a beard, and just, like, he like, looks like he'd be, like, a chill guy.
Yeah,
like,
totally why I started talking to him and thought, like, this was going to be a good conversation while this guy makes my omelet.
Didn't seem like a guy who would have a confrontation. And if he was worried about health and safety, which I do understand, then I think the appropriate response would be to go to the market booth and say, hey, listen, there's this person who doesn't know the rules. I think, you know, you should go over there and talk to her and let her know what the rules are.
So it was overall a learning experience for us on how to deal with people that come at you like that. A learning experience for that guy, for sure. A learning experience for the market, because now they will change the handbook and update these things, and they will read through their applications better, because our application stated exactly what we were going to do and sell. So, you know, it just teaches everyone to actually, like, follow through, you know. And
also, what I learned was, this guy just seemed like a guy who was overreacting because he was, like, either overtired or overstressed, and I get it, like, it's a spring season, and I was thinking, you know, I definitely get overly upset about things when I'm, like, tired and stuff like that. So I just kind of, having a situation where somebody came at me, I thought, wow, you know, that's not the way to do it.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed the story, and let's
we gotta go grocery shopping.
Yeah, well, we gotta get to the outro, so cue that in. Peace. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story and learned something from it. I know I learned a lot from that situation, so hopefully sharing it with you guys can help you progress and learn and maybe change how you would handle the situation if it were you, on his side, you know, or vice versa. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the day. I'm trying to get these vlogs to a whole new level, so let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, you guys. The channel's growing. I'm so excited about it. This is my 276th video uploaded to this channel, so that's super exciting. And yeah, don't forget what I say. Stay positive. Keep rolling. Remember that I love you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.